What's going on, everybody? Glad to have you back for another week, but today is Pre-Emergent and Starter for Milo Day. Let's go. All right, so today, Pre-Emergent, Milo, Starter Fert, but where do we start? Well, soil temperatures, really. And it's a little gloomy outside, little rainy, but it's perfect because our Pre-Emergent needs water in. And today is Allen Hayne Day, so we're gonna throw her down, hope for the best. As you can see, when you put a soil thermometer in, you want to put it down in a bunch of different locations, not just one, because your soil temperature is going to vary. Front to the house, back to the house, what gets shade, what gets sun, it's totally different. So what are we going to look for? Right here. We're looking for soil temperatures between 40 and 50 degrees. Today it says it's about 42, but 2 days ago when I measured it, and you can see that on Instagram and I'll put it up here, it was almost 50. You might be thinking that it's a little bit early for me to put it down, but like I said, 2 days ago, it was 50 degrees in the front and the backyard. I don't want to miss my window, and we're supposed to be getting warmer all the rest of the week, so I'm going to get her down. I know the next thing you're going to ask is, how much do I put down? Well, I'm going to tell you, but you should also read the bag because it's going to tell you. These handy things right here are called instructions. There we go. We've got her sliced open. And we've got the goods. Let's take them over to the table and read them. Here's the sheet. I know it's a little wrinkled, maybe a little hard for you guys to see, but you can see we're getting an 007 out of that. Only thing we're getting is a little bit of potash along with our crabgrass and some broadleaf control. But this is where you're gonna show right here what you need to put down. Up top is gonna be mostly the southern grasses, but they also threw tall fescue in there, the turf type. But we don't need that because I don't have turf type fall fescue yet. I'm gonna fall in the Kentucky bluegrass perennial rye area, and this is our minimum rate column and our maximum annual rate column. So I'm gonna fall under the minimum we need to put down is 2.7 pounds per thousand, and the maximum we can put down annually is 6.2 per thousand. I know that I'm not gonna put down any more prodiamine this year. I'm going with dithiopyr for my next app as a post-emergent control. So I'm gonna be putting down about 6 pounds per thousand. And you guys should have already had this done from a previous video. Property map to show you how many square feet you have on everything here in your property and your sections. And you should have done this to tell you exactly how many square feet are there and what your average pounds on the ground should be. Now that we've got all our PPE on, time to start our trim passes. So we got the prodiamine down, and remember, you'd rather be a little early on the temperature and have it be a little colder than be late, because heat is what degrades prodiamine over time, not cold. And if you're late and crabgrass has already started to bloom or germinate, all that bag is an expensive bag of rocks. Get it down. Let's go get some starter fert down. We also know now that according to my chart, I need about 19 pounds of starter fert. I'm gonna round that up to 20. So here's a starter fert we're gonna use. Expert Gardener, I believe is what it's called. It's just a cheaper starter fert that I found at Walmart. It was actually on clearance for about $9. So I thought it was pretty good, and being a 10-10-10 NPK. So this paired with that Milo over there is gonna give our yard a really nice start. So we know that we need 20 pounds, and this is 40 pounds. So we're gonna do exactly half. We know we need about half the bag. I've got this thing tinted in about half right now. So let's just set it over here, hold it up, and give her the cut. Done. All right, so I've done one pass through the entire yard with starter fert. We've got about half left. That means we're gonna go over it again in the opposite direction. So we're throwing back to the wheel marks of the previous pass. I know some of you are thinking, well, if you had half left over, why don't you just bump up your setting? Because we know we already had half. Next time is when you bump up your setting, not right now. You want to stick with the same setting so you get an even application everywhere. Starter fert down at 3 pounds per thousand. Done. Now we're on to the Milo. Let's go to the chart. At Milo, we're gonna go 20, 10, 1, 20, 3, and 5, with, if my math is right, is 59. We're gonna go 60. Time to throw her down. Milorganite is our organic fertilizer. It's where we're gonna get our nitrogen and our iron from, and a lot of our other micronutrients. So what we're gonna do is throw this down at 10 pounds per thousand. Let's go.
empty.
Whew, we did it. We threw it down. Pre-Emergent, starter fertilizer, and Milorganite. Now it's time to blow the driveway and all the concrete off and get all that shady goodness that sat there back into the yard. We did it. 3 applications today. Prodiamine, our pre-emergent for crabgrass, and some other broadleafs, our starter fertilizer, and our Milo for our grass. Help give that thing a nice push. Don't forget, we've got to water that prodiamine pre-emergent in. I'm not going to today because it's supposed to rain a lot tonight. I already put the rain gauge out right here. And I'm gonna wait for it. I don't wanna waste my water if it's just gonna do what I need it to do overnight, but if it doesn't, rest assured, I will put it down. Let's not forget to talk about that Earthway 2050 piece spreader. I think it did a really good job. The side discharge was a little all right. I mean, it was still flipping some stuff to the other side as far as the edge guard goes, but you're gonna have that because it's not just a complete cutoff. So I think it did a really good job. It felt really good, and the spreader, you know, the on-off was really easy to work, and it felt like it was working well, not like I had to jam it off and things were getting stuck. I think it worked well, so I would recommend it. I think it did a really good job. Would I buy it again? Yeah, I think it worked better than the Scotts that I have, but that's just me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to make sure you guys get more of these great videos every week.